everybody. We're excited to have you guys here. We've been requested for this video, and it's such an important topic about how do you, it's like that help, I need somebody, how do I trust what's coming through, troubleshooting, all of those things, all of the above. And so we thought it'd be great to do a video just to kind of discuss all those handy tips on when you're first starting muscle testing and want to be able to trust what's coming through. So we got 4 handy tips that we're going through tonight. And so number 1 is all about connecting in, and we're going to go through a few different parts of that. Number 2, Sheree, you're going to have to help me because you have the list. And I've had a beverage, so I'm remembering some of it, but not all of it. What was number 2? Testing
for fun. So eliminating the risk. So it's not a life or death situation. It's for fun.
Beautiful. It's all about fun. So it makes it, you don't have to worry what comes through. And then number 3.
Don't analyze, just trust.
Perfect. And number 4.
Do it with a friend.
It's all going to be beautiful. All right, so number 1, we're talking about connecting in. So do you want to go over this, Miss Darling Sheree, and explain what we were thinking of this one?
All right, so this is one of our awesome people that are doing it, Loretta, had a beautiful little question. She had a few issues when she was trying to do it. She was finding that the information coming through was getting a bit twisted, or it wasn't clear, or you know, there was a bit of that stuff happening.
And trusting it.
Oh yeah, and trusting it, sorry. And Shan and I had a bit of a conversation after we spoke to her, the gorgeous girl that she is. And we realized that when we started doing this, we had the same problem. So, but it was when we were not grounded in our own space. And so making sure that you're not in a stressful situation, like, you know, you got all these recipes and you're trying to cook dinner and you got kids, or you got your partner, or you got your mom, you got all these things happening. Don't try and muscle test then. It's about choosing the space where you can be you can be grounded in your space, you're very connected, and that the information coming through is not going to be skewed from somebody else's perspective or looking at it through their eyes or lens. Yeah, so that's really the biggest one, I think. What do you think, Shan?
Yeah, so we said, so week 2 in your course, we all talk about grounding. So there's a few different tips and ideas of some of our favourite ways to ground in week 2's book. And then the other component, I've got a couple of questions I asked, because sometimes I skip the grounding because I'm naughty. And so I ask a couple of quick questions, which is, my name is Shannon. And yeah, no, occasionally I'm not me. I'm thinking of this from someone else's point of view, or I'm worrying about what someone else thinks. So I do this part where I go, my name is Shannon, and I muscle test my way through it until I get a yes, but I am Shannon. And then the other question I ask is that I'm in my own energy, or I'm in my own energetic space. And make sure, because again, we can be looking at things from other angles, or we can be, you know, still at work, or you know, at someone else's place thinking about the conversation we just had. So it's coming back to you, coming back into your space, and looking at it from your own perspective. And so those 2 questions, muscle testing those can be really handy. And if they're out, if it's like, no, my name is not Shannon, I just keep going, my name is Shannon, my name is Shannon, my name is Shannon. And I keep saying it until I get a yes with my muscle testing. That's what works for me. What about you, Sheree? Are you the same, or do you do anything different?
Yeah, no. I'm quite similar with that as well. And I think the most common one is when you're getting dressed for the day and you're thinking about what you want to wear, but then your boss's thoughts may come through and go, or what is best benefit from his or her perspective, or you're cooking a recipe, cooking dinner, and you're like, oh, I'd really love to add in this, but then all of a sudden you feel this like no, or you muscle test and it's a no because, you know, your child is like, I hate mushrooms, and you're like, oh, maybe not much. You know what I mean? So it's really, and it can be those little simple things that sometimes can leave you second guessing, but it could just be as simple as make sure you're looking at it from your space, your soul, your heart, it's your perspective.
Side note on this, I'll do this really quick, is I remember doing that exact same thing with a recipe and going, my husband likes this, my child likes this, my other child likes this, and the recipe was going to be screwed if I did what everybody else wanted. And so I just made it my favorite way, and my children and partner loved it. So I'm going to say, go from your perspective. Your perspective is always best. Don't get lost in that very messy space of what does everybody else want, because it's going to screw you.
I love
All
it.
right, awesome. Anything else for number one? For our
No,
tips for
number one
connecting?
is
that pretty much
good.
it?
Yeah, number one's good.
All right, number two. We're gonna fly through this. We're gonna make this quick and easy. So number two, I forgot number two already. What
Number two.
What's number two?
Testing for fun. You're doing this, taking the pressure off. So you're not doing this for medicals or medical reasons or tablets or anything like this. This is simple, just starting off, you know, or your clothing or what lights you up to have for breakfast. It's making it simple so that you don't feel that pressure to get that, you know, that outcome.
Right.
So it's just,
Yep.
it's simple and it's fun, because you don't want that pressure or anxiety, because as soon as you start to feel that, then you're going to be second guessing, and then other things are going to creep in, other people's perspectives, and things are going to go a bit crazy and haywire. You're not going to get anything from it. So yeah, so lighting it up, having some fun, having a bit of a beverage, muscle test your beverage. But yeah, have some fun in that space. Don't do it like really seriously. Yeah.
No, that's epic, dude. All right, and then number three.
Number three, don't analyze. I know this is really hard, isn't it? It's a really hard one. This is about releasing control. It's okay. Take a breath. We're good. We can all do this. Trust what comes through first. I think that's the biggest one. Like, if you get a yes, this is okay, trust it. If you're in your own space and you're grounded in and you are from your own perspective and you get a yes, trust it, baby. Trust it. Don't second guess it and spend years going, but did I do this right? Because, you know, it just keeps you in this loop. Talking from experience. Yeah, just it's really, yeah, don't analyze it. Just trust yourself. Your soul already knows what it wants and what it desires. So make it easy and just go with it. Because remember, these topics that you're muscle testing aren't serious. So it's okay if something happens, you end up putting in a pink bow in your hair instead of a black, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, it's just go with it.
My husband's beautiful and delivering me pizza for dinner.
Are you getting pizza?
I know, I'm very spoiled. I'm having pizza. I will just pop this here for one moment, Tito. Sorry. All right. And then the other thing I was thinking about just then when you were talking about that was, I remember when we first started our journey in connecting into your intuition. And one of the first things we learned very, very quickly was when you're looking for information or when you're getting information in, the first answer that comes through is generally your intuition. And then our brain kicks in and starts analyzing and goes, but I did say this, and but what about that? And so we start analyzing it, and then our beautiful intuition story, or, you know, the information coming through got screwed over. So we very much learned that when you're doing anything intuitive, go with what comes through first, and allow, especially in the muscle testing journey, allow it to go all the way to the end. So just, even though in the beginning you're like, and I had this happen for lunch the other day where it was like showing me, I don't know, a wrap or something, and I'm like, I don't want a wrap. But when I got to the end of it, it was actually a quesadilla, and I was like, oh, this is good, this is fun. But it's like allowing yourself space for not knowing the answer and allow it to just come through and just see what comes to the end. Seriously?
Don't know the answer? Does that mean I have to release more control? Shut up. I don't know how I feel about this.
Right, beautiful. And then we're up to step 4, which makes so much sense. Do it with a friend.
Yes. Make sure you do this with a friend. It's 100%. It is so worth it. You have more fun. It lightens the mood. And you find that when you start to explain this to someone, you get a deeper understanding, or you realize the parts that you don't actually understand about muscle testing. And you're like, oh, I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to either look at the book or ask Shannon Sheree. But yeah, definitely do it with a friend, because yeah, you teaching someone about this and sharing that journey as well, not only will help you, but will help them and pick up this amazing skill that I think everyone needs to be aware of at some level. But it also takes the pressure off, and it makes it a much more enjoyable and fun ride. And the amount of memories that Shan and I have on road trips, at parties, just sitting down and chatting and making our own little drinking game with intention. I'm not saying that you need to drink. I'm just saying it is fun. It just makes it fun.
Absolutely. So we've decided we're setting a challenge for you, which is set your little intention. So it's so important when you're muscle testing, set your intention. And it could be cocktails, it could be beverages, it could be whatever it is. And then muscle test with your friend what you both desire or need from said beverages and see what comes through. And I'm sure there's lots of, I want other ideas and hints. So whether it's, I don't know, an evening that you want to spend out together or a weekend away, whatever it is, but having fun with it makes it so much easier. And I mean, we're talking energy. The lighter you are and the more relaxed you are, the easier it is to connect. So yes,
100%.
Relax,
100%.
de-stress. I probably would say don't have a beverage in the beginning while you're muscle testing, because at the moment I am a little fuzzy. And it may make it harder to connect to your intuition. I'm just going to be honest. But do the muscle testing part before the beverage and you'll be fine. You will just, it'll be awesome. So that's our 4 tips for troubleshooting. Help me. How do I do this muscle testing thing that everyone's talking about? And and let us know your thoughts, any questions, anything like that. We love to hear how it is all going for you guys. And thank you very much for listening. Is there anything else, Cherie? Have I missed anything?
I think the thing that comes to mind when we were sharing it with friends is one of the little times that we did this with friends. We did it with there was 5 of us, I think, all together. Shan, we were in the supermarket trying to get some cheeses for our little catch up. And I see your face.
That was the best fun. I'm sorry. That was, yes. Intentions. We set that up. We set an intention and manifested that. I'm saying this is a lot of fun. Anyway, continue as you were.
It is fine. We set it up that we wanted to feel fun and magical and sort of like Christmas. All your friends get together, you have some drinks or just some fun. Anyway, so it came to it as we went along. Not to get the things that we went to the shops to get at that point in time, that we had to wait. And why we had to wait, we didn't understand it, but we trusted it. We went back to the car because when we got to our friend's place, she was like, oh yeah, I don't have actually anything here. I'm going to have to go down and get stuff anyway. So we all piled into her car and went to the shops as well. And so we were just there getting 3 things each that we all just sort of connected into one space. And so we all ended up with, I don't know, there was all these different selections of meats and all these different cheeses. So we ended up having this massive cutie board. What's
charcuterie board, darling.
So I just called it a cutie board. Anyway, a cutie board that was huge and it took up the table, but we had so much fun. And it was a great day of connecting, and we just sat there and chatted, I don't know, for 4 or 5 hours. And yeah, I don't know. It's well worth it, ladies. Well worth just putting out the intention and then just see what happens and lands. And yeah,
and trust it.
Trust it. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, sorry, and trust your intuition. When it was saying don't buy the food, trust it. Dang, is that my slurring? No.
No. I just wanted you to repeat it for me because I still need
trust
to
it, people. Right, trust it, beautiful people. That when your muscle testing is saying one thing and see what comes through, because that's the beautiful thing about all the things that we've put out there. It's about fun, it's about relaxing, and you don't have to have the right answer. It's about creativity and just discovering. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the unpacking, see what comes through, share us all the interesting things that come through for you.
100%.
And thank you for joining us on the journey. I'm excited to see what comes through.
100%.